One of the greatest myths in business, leadership, and life is the belief that education ends when school ends. Most people think the diploma represents the finish line. I have the degree. I have the knowledge. I'm prepared. But the affluent understand something different. Formal education prepares you to enter the world. Self-education prepares you to rise above it. If you want to increase your income, increase your influence, expand your opportunities, and develop the kind of authority that affluent clients respond to, you must become a committed, disciplined, intentional student of life, business, and personal evolution. This principle is simple, but it is not easy because self-education requires humility. It requires curiosity. It requires honesty about what you don't yet know and the courage to pursue what you must know. Let's go deeper. Your earning capacity is tied directly to your learning capacity. Not what you learned years ago, not what someone told you to learn, but what you intentionally pursue now based on your goals, gifts, and growth. The world rewards people who can solve problems at a very high level. The world rewards people who think differently. The world rewards those who see what others cannot. Self-education expands your vision so you can see opportunities others are blind to. You've probably noticed in your own journey. Once you learned a new skill, mastered a new concept, or gained a new perspective, everything elevated. Self-education is the engine behind every significant breakthrough. Most people study to increase information. The affluent study to transform identity. Because here's the truth. You can never outperform your self-image. If your identity is small, your opportunities will always be smaller. Self-education does something powerful. It rewrites how you see yourself. When you read, you grow. When you learn, you evolve. When you study, you outgrow old habits, old thinking, and old limitations. You stop living like the person you were and start living like the person you are becoming. This is why wealthy individuals invest heavily in personal development, because every new level of success requires a new level of self. There are 4 areas affluent individuals focus on. Number 1, skill development. Skills create certainty. Skills increase value. Skills make you irreplaceable. When you upgrade your skills, you automatically upgrade your earning potential. Number 2, perspective expansion. Perspective is more valuable than information. Perspective lets you interpret situations wisely, make decisions faster, and navigate complexity with confidence. Most people make poor decisions because they lack perspective, not intelligence. Thirdly, pattern recognition. Self-education helps you recognize patterns like shifts in your industry, behavior trends, economic cycles, client psychology, or leadership dynamics. Affluent people win because they see what's happening before it happens. And number 4, identity elevation. Every time you learn something new, you stretch the limits of who you think you are. Affluent people aren't attracted to past versions of themselves. They're committed to evolving endlessly. Do you want to know what elite learners do differently? They learn with intentionality. Average people learn randomly. Affluent people learn strategically. They choose knowledge that moves them closer to their next breakthrough. They invest financially in their development. Books, coaching, masterminds, immersion programs, mentors. These aren't expenses. They're multipliers. If you want a big life, you must invest in big rooms. They learn from people who have results, not opinions. Anyone can talk. Very few can transform. The affluent choose teachers with evidence, not just noise. They apply quickly. Affluent individuals execute. They don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They take what they learn and move. Knowledge without application is nothing more than entertainment. Knowledge applied is transformation. They revisit what works. Mastery isn't built by learning something once. Mastery is built through repetition, refinement, and deeper understanding over time. Even talented, ambitious people sabotage their own potential by making a few mistakes. They gather information instead of absorbing insight. They chase new concepts instead of mastering core fundamentals. They prefer motivational content over strategic development. They become educated far beyond their level of obedience, knowing what to do but refusing to do it. They stop learning once they reach a certain level of comfort. They allow success to dull their hunger. Comfort is the enemy of elevation. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start declining. So let's look at how to build a personal education plan for affluence. Affluent individuals follow an intentional pattern in their learning journey. You can do the same. Study your craft deeply. Become irrefutably excellent at what you do. Read about it, take courses on it, learn from those achieving at a higher level. Study beyond your craft. Affluent leaders don't just understand their industry. They understand human behavior, decision making, communication, leadership, and wealth creation. This makes you multidimensional, and multidimensional leaders attract multidimensional opportunities. Study yourself. Self-awareness is the foundation of self-mastery. If you don't understand your patterns, fears, gifts, triggers, strengths, and blind spots, you will sabotage your own growth. Study the success of others. Success leaves clues. Affluence leaves patterns. Your job is to observe, replicate, and elevate. Here's the affluent application. Every wealthy, influential, high-performing person shares one common trait. They are students. Lifelong, intentional, hungry students. They don't rely on credentials. They rely on competence. They rely on clarity. They rely on constant expansion of their worldview. This is why you'll hear me say, you rise to the level of your learning. You fall to the level of your thinking. And you stay stuck at the level of your perspective. Self-education upgrades all three. If you want to ascend, this principle cannot be optional. If you're committed to building a life of affluence, authority, and impact, start by mastering this principle. Your next level requires a new level of knowledge, a new level of identity, and a new level of perspective. You can begin by getting your copy of The Affluent Negroes, where I guide you through exercises that strengthen your thinking, deepen your self-awareness, and help you apply this principle in real time. And if you're ready to accelerate your growth with structure, accountability, and strategic guidance, schedule a strategy discovery session. Let's talk about the version of you that you're becoming and the education it will take to get you there. Because the more you learn, the more you expand. And the more you expand, the more you elevate everything around you. When you choose to live educated, you choose to live affluent. Remember, I love you. God loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And until the next time I see you or you see me, don't be average, be world renowned. Peace.